What's up, sports fans? I'm Rene Garza Jr.,
And I'm Freddie
and
Guevara.
welcome to another episode of Tailgate 956, a show that covers sports across the valley and the Lone Star State. Now, before we get started on today's sports-filled episode,
A mouthful of
oh,
episode.
there's so many emotions right now. I don't know where to start.
Tell me
Let's
about
give
it.
a shout out to our sponsors. Apogee Comics, the best in independent comic books. If you're looking for a great read, make your next comic book Apogee. Visit Apogee Comics all throughout social media and on their website at www.apogeecomics.com.
And Rick's Auto Shop for all your auto repair needs.
Located on Indiana Street in Brownsville. Now, my brother, oof.
Whoop, whoop,
How you
whoop.
been, man?
Tired and
Yeah.
just hurtful.
Yeah, I know.
Hearing all these losses and, here and there.
Ups and downs, and yes. As you can tell
Eagles.
from you guys seen our sports bite, it's been heartache after a heartache, and lucky enough I recovered from the flu, but these losses kind of gives me the flu symptoms again.
That's what got me the flu in the first place.
That's what lowered my defense. It was so hard to watch that, yeah. But though, there's some positive news in the Astros, as I said in our sports bite. Alex Bregman might be coming back. Excuse me while I take the foot out of my mouth. Wow, yeah, I did not see that coming. Honestly.
I would be very interested to see what they do to go ahead and arrange it because I from what we were talking about and
Yeah.
we are discussing
Mhm.
is that Altuve was gonna go ahead and change.
Oh
or
no! Oh yeah,
he's-
no, he's willing to change. He's willing to do anything to get Bregman back, and what that shows a lot. That shows a lot from a teammate. He's willing to go from second base to the left field. That way, Isaac Paredes can go to second, and Bregman can keep the third base. And he's willing to make those kind of moves, those kind of changes, just make it more enticing for Bregman to come back. Because from what I've read so far, and the deal is done. The deal is done. Ryan Presley's going to the Cubs,
Mhm.
the closer, which is great. He's done a lot. He's
Yeah.
done a lot for the city of Houston. Yes, he's been there. They get in up and down, but honestly, his performance as of late, these past two seasons, has been kind of like, a little bit iffy.
Mhm.
So I know some fans are like, okay, that was a good trade because he leaves the city of Houston with 33 IP, 2.81 ERA, 2.63 FIP, 1.2 in WHIP, 51 in ERA and plus. He's also um, two-time All-Star and 111 saves, which is great. He has but this past season, and you can tell this past season that it's been kind of like a little bit painful, especially this last season when it came to the wild card against the Tigers. Like you seen that
He struggled.
yeah, he struggled. That Presley isn't as well as he was in the caliber that he used to be, from what I've seen.
From the experience that he
Yeah,
was over
yeah,
there.
from what he was. But you know what? Maybe he still has enough juice in the cannon to bring City of Chicago. Notice a lot of players are going to Chicago.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what? It might work over there. What didn't work here, whatever the functions,
Windy
the
City Astros.
chemistry,
Windy City
yeah,
Astros.
whatever it is. Now, though,
Mm.
going back to the changes,
Mhm.
would this be the best fit for Astro?
Honestly, yes, because that gives them enough more cap space in the sense
Okay.
that okay, now they can maybe increase it a little bit, maybe possibly give the 200 million to Alex Bregman that he was asking for, or maybe close to 200 million to re-sign him. The door's cracked open. Some are still speculative that he might come back, although it's known and it's been said that Bregman wants to come back to the city of Houston.
Mhm.
A lot of people are surprised that he hasn't been signed already.
I am too.
I
I
am too.
am too.
Yeah, I am too. But I think this kind of trade, with this trade, it with the trade, it gave me and gave me signs of hope that maybe he hasn't ridden off in the sunset in an Astros uniform, as they say. That's to sound cheesy, but yeah.
He has a run off in the sunset. No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
yeah. He's still within grasp, and I'm eager to see how that works and
Mhm.
how that would function, and how will the Astros benefit from all that?
Well, honestly, what was it? Well, it'll be let's see, Altuve in left field. It'll be let's see, who's gonna be in Christian Walker? I believe he was in first. I need to look back into that.
Yeah,
But
no, but overall the
it's looking, and the
chemistry,
chemistry is looking great.
yeah,
It's looking great. Yeah,
overall the chemistry and how it benefits the Astros. I mean, I'm excited,
I'm
and
excited as well too.
it's a, like you said, it's a good lineup.
Yeah,
You
especially
know,
especially when it comes to the first three bases, with Isaac Paredes doing phenomenal from what I've read at third base, then moving him to second, solidified in that space, and also with Bregman in third, and we already know how he is at third base, and with Christian Walker at the much needed first base.
yes, I think
Yeah,
first base was the
yeah,
biggest
yeah,
thing.
yeah. I think the only struggles I still believe we probably will have is the outfield. It's in the outfield, but that still remains to be seen. There's still how many days left till.
I mean, you know what? Having Altuve over there in the back kind of makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I know we're interchanging between Jordan Alvarez and Jose
yeah.
Altuve. It might work out because there's less fatigue in between players.
Hmm.
There's less likely chances of injuries to happen. So you know, what that means. That means a lot more fresh towards the end. Because you know
Exactly.
how the dog days of summer. You know how those seasons beat down because it's just like more than one game during the week.
I agree. No, no,
Yeah,
no. I
yeah,
agree. I
yeah.
agree. They need
Mm,
a lot of rest, especially a
mm.
lot of games can have a toll on
Oh
you
yeah,
after a while.
and one wrong,
You know,
one wrong jump between one wrong another jump instead of resting
eh,
makes a big difference too.
man, and
Yeah.
I'll do it how he leaps like that,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah,
The way he leaps,
yeah.
the I think the
You've
more
seen it firsthand.
I know, I
Yeah,
saw it right there, and I
yeah,
went to go see him.
yeah,
Saw him leap for that, man.
yeah.
But I am a little concerned with the pitching, though. I am a little bit more on the pitching side. That's
Somewhat,
what I'm worried
yeah,
about,
yeah.
and I'm kind of disappointed that they haven't made changes or additions. You might add.
I can see why they haven't traded Framber, the
Hmm.
contract that he's asking for, and then 1 year, and then the type of pitcher.
Yeah.
Some are still with Framber. That he's great. For me, like I'm ready for that contract to go bye bye. Like I'm ready for him
Go.
to go. Yeah, yeah. But no, I think we're pretty much solid. I think a lot of we're coming back from injuries. There's a lot
Hmm.
of injury with Luis Garcia, and hopefully McCullers comes back too. He might not be ready by the beginning of the season, but later on in the year. Because that Tommy John surgery,
Yeah, no,
that's
I
it's
mean,
it's a rough patch to come back from.
I'm gonna be honest. Me as an Astros fan, I will go ahead and keep. That's the first thing I'm gonna look, because I think that that's where our weakness lies.
Mm-hmm.
And although it was our weakness this year, that's why I guess I'm bringing it up, is that Kikuchi made a big difference, but the problem is he's not there anymore. You know
No,
what I
he's not.
mean?
He's not.
So that's what the concerning part is, that we already knew where we were at the beginning of last season,
Mm-hmm.
and the concerning part is it going to repeat itself? We're going back to that, and then we're gonna have to go ahead and look for another Kikuchi in the middle of the during the season, when the season already
I
starts.
I I I can see your worry when it comes to that. Like you're probably wondering, are we gonna get another rental? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, hopefully it doesn't come to that point. But yeah, well, hopefully with the injuries that are coming back, the players that are coming back, it pretty much solidify
Everything.
our pitching mound in a sense. Because honestly, that's what crippled us a lot. That's what
Yeah.
crippled us a lot.
Who didn't start, or who didn't start the beginning of the last
What is that? Verlander. Verlander was starting.
Verlander?
He was hurt. Yeah, Verlander was one. But there's still 12 days, 4 hours, 4 minutes, and 19 seconds. Not until opening day, sadly, but spring training. Mm, yeah, I found another countdown.
One much closer.
it's,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a much closer. Yes, it is. It is.
It makes me feel a lot more better.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
But when it comes to the regular season, though, we still got 58 days, 5 hours, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, and 57 seconds, 56. Well, yeah.
you get the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This bet won't be over until the season starts, man. But with signing of Alex Bregman, that's one I did not see coming these past couple of days.
Well, it is big news because,
Mm.
like you said, it took us by surprise, because
It took me by surprise, definitely.
in all honesty, they had everything already full.
Mm.
Everything with the roster, the bases, everything was covered.
Yeah.
So making room for him is only something that I don't know if players have that option, to be honest, to like Altuve, that he said, "Oh, I mean, hey, I'm willing to change
to
positions,"
spice up
or
that deal.
yeah, to go ahead and make that happen,
Mm.
or if coaches will demand it automatically. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, hey, Bregman, we always did it. We did have that in the back of our hands that we're gonna go ahead and make these changes,
yeah,
and that's why we were still, after him, and we were still going ahead and still
yeah,
had our options open.
yeah,
But did it really make this deal possible, that Altuve spoke out and said that? That's my curiosity. Nonetheless, getting him would be a positive, I would say.
yeah. No, it would give me
Nonetheless,
a positive, and like showing that kind of commitment that he has for his teammate.
no, on top of everything.
Not only that, or him wanting to come, you know, wanting to do all that to bring back playing. Because I'm not gonna lie, Alex Bregman's great. Alex Bregman is good. Yes, he's the other side of 30. So are we, but
We'll get paid for millions, but
yeah. But he still has enough, juice or enough ice in his veins, whatever you want to call the part. He has enough still, to bring something and possibly another World Series run for
you
the Houston
you can
Astros,
still you
for the
still
dynasty of the Houston
see
Astros.
some on him. You still see potential, and yeah, definitely.
I can. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie. I was like disappointed in seeing him leave. Although the
yeah,
kind of contract he was on, like darn his agent, darn him.
yeah.
But you know what? Hey, just looking out for the best of his client. But
I also think it's a little bit too much to, but I know you brought up a point that somebody did offer him the two or closer to that, and he still didn't denied it.
no, close to it, but it wasn't. It wasn't
It
still.
was like around 180 or something,
Yeah, well,
170.
yeah,
That still speaks a lot, because
yeah.
you know what I mean. That means that, wow,
Mm.
he did come close.
No, that was just a rumor. They did not. I know who you're talking about. I think it was the Tigers.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, yeah.
it wasn't solid,
It was
solidified.
just yeah. It was just a rumor.
Okay.
I um I honestly believe that the Astros could probably offer them 180 or close to 200, or what he's asking for, maybe
No, the reason why
with
is
the
because
with the now the cap spaces they have thanks to this Presley trade.
if somebody did offer him 180,
Mhm.
that puts the Astros, if they do want him, if they're gonna get him, in a bigger disadvantage to go ahead and ask for him to ask for, or be able to give more money, vice versa. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Versus if that was not like, it was just a rumor, it
Uh,
wasn't something official, or somebody that did offer him that, they could offer him less.
mhm,
And you know what? Hey, we can give you 150, and you know what?
mhm.
That take it or leave it if you
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
We want it's in between what something,
Maybe they could
or
probably maybe offer them 180 some,
you know,
and probably like an 8-year contract.
a little bigger contract.
Yeah, and, I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
sure enough, the way they have it here that
yeah.
he's gonna retire as an Astro,
Yeah, no, definitely. I
which
think
I
this.
hope, which I
I
hope.
mean, if he does, I mean, I think even if he does 4 years, I think he'll probably retire after this.
Yeah, probably,
I
more than
really do
likely.
think. But nonetheless, the years that they give him, I think the biggest question right now is like, yeah, like right now they're giving him another contract, and I believe he should. He
Yeah,
should.
he should. He should. They should, and I hope they do because they're making moves that's making it look like he is
That they want him. That they're gonna get
that
him.
he's coming back.
Maybe they already verbally agreed on an amount.
Supposedly,
So we'll
according to
see.
Dana Brown, they said at the Fan Fest that happened this past weekend that the door now is cracked open. I don't know what
No
I
way.
don't know what these phrases that they use. In the fold, cracked open. They have to always be so vague with their responses.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, I guess the point is, what cracked that door open? Was it
yeah,
Altuve?
yeah.
I mean, that, either way,
How cracked
that's
open
cool.
is it?
Yeah. How
Yeah,
much did he crack open that door? Yeah.
exactly.
So I'm intrigued. So I can't wait to see in this coming up weeks what's gonna
What's gonna
happen.
happen? Yeah? Well, as I said, it's still 12 days left.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure that they'll get it done before then.
Oh yeah, no, something will be done before then. Yeah, definitely with spring training the way it is, it's so close.
Get the ball rolling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, especially yeah, and with opening day in 58 days more, 80 some days more.
Even less.
Hmm. But so as of 22 hours ago, they're talking again, and it's looking positive. From what I'm reading, it's looking positive.
the direction looks like
Yeah,
it's headed that way.
yeah, it's heading that way.
Everything points out. No, no, that good for him.
Good for him. Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. But off to the half court though. Ooh.
Oh, how about them Rockets?
Or Houston Rockets is blasting off in orbit. Speaking of another space themed team, man, they're still in second place.
I
And
still can't believe that they're in second
yeah,
place.
yeah, they should be in first. They should be in first, honestly. Yes.
What's going on
Yeah, I
here?
know. They're close enough to being in first.
It's not right.
Yeah. That Jalen Green, man, what did I say?
Yeah.
What did I say? He
No,
ain't
no,
no
no.
joke.
He's doing really good.
Mhm. So far, he had points per game is usually 21.4 points per game that he averages, and right and rebounds Segun with 10.4, and average points per game with Van Vliet with 5.9.
Esteban Blue.
Yeah, I know they're gonna take on the Celtics. I believe yes today.
Yeah, today they're actually 27 and 22 on them.
Uh-huh. Yes.
They're,
It's currently right now.
yeah, they're 27 right now. The score 27-22.
Mm-hmm.
Rockets are up.
Mm-hmm. Not surprised there. And their standings right now were 30 wins and 14 losses, which I am, compared to how they were last season. Remember then?
Yeah, well, actually, talking about last season, the Mavericks look like they're in their position now.
Mm-hmm.
In their last season, they're 6 games away from behind the Houston Astros, and again with Luka injured, it looks like they cannot win without Luka.
They can't catch a break with that.
They can't.
But like it's once again, it's like how we talked about with the Astros earlier. What could go wrong with this team has been going wrong. Injuries is a lot of setbacks when it comes to this.
Well, you see, that's the thing that I don't. I that's why I think that Houston has a lot of opportunity this year and even last year that they had, but I guess they had too many injuries.
Yes,
is that Houston with one injury it will not affect them the way it does with the Mavericks. I mean, look, Luka's the only one that's injured. At least that really makes a difference because he's in.
Yeah.
I mean, they're playing a whole different ball game, and he's out, and Jesus, you can't, they're not the same team, and one guy does make a big difference in the Mavericks, and you know what, it shouldn't be like that.
No, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't. I mean,
they have some other capable players there too. Like Klay Thompson. Who else is I'm talking about? Irving as well. Right? Irving plays with them as well. Right?
Well, they haven't stepped up enough to go ahead and get those cut. I mean, they just increased the separation between Houston and Dallas. I mean, they've just been. I mean, yeah, it's not that bad. 6 games, considering they were what 3 games before, 3 games close by.
They were right there.
They doubled.
They were right there, nipping on the heels of.
Actually, San Antonio's closer to Dallas than Dallas is close to Houston. San Antonio's 4 games away.
And that's another team that I was surprised that they were doing so well. They were like within the top 10. They were like number 9, number 8, and they've gone down to number 12.
Yeah, no, I mean they're doing a whole lot better. It's not last year.
They're doing a lot better. Yes, of course.
But yeah, they're still. I mean, I guess they're working out still their kinks. I mean, 2020 wins is not that bad.
No, it's not. It's not.
Considering last year,
it's still good. Yeah, compared to the dumpster fire how it was last year.
Yeah, it's not a whole case of like you said, dumpster fire.
Yeah. But according to reports that Coach Popovich might be coming back, maybe that was a missing factor. Probably.
Well, we'll definitely see. I mean, he was there last year, so I don't know what the difference is.
Yeah, and I felt like in the beginning of the season before he had gotten sick. The chemistry that was there, but they still haven't clicked yet, sadly enough.
Well, if they start doing like last year, then there's your answer. And if you start doing better, well, I don't know what to answer you up there. I don't know what to answer you there.
Oh man. But yeah, but still, but in Valley Sports, the RGB Vipers.
What can we say about them? I mean, what magical? They're magical.
I know. Well, they get some Mexico City Capitanes. I like the way that rolls off the thing.
Capitanes.
113 to 109, and over here the Bert Ogden Arena.
Nice.
Yeah, their next game is on the 31st against the Sioux Falls Skyforce.
Oh yeah.
Same place too. Same in the Bert Ogden Arena. So if you're in town and looking to watch some basketball, look no further than RGV Vipers.
Go see him win because I mean, you have a better chance of going see him when you go
Yeah,
see him win than lose. Because
yeah.
I mean, honestly, they're just
It's a big difference. Like watching them than actually going there and actually seeing the
oh,
game. Yeah.
definitely, definitely,
Definitely phenomenal game.
definitely, and they
Phenomenal
always
game.
give a lot of good stuff. They
Every
always
time.
give good stuff.
Yeah, there's always a phenomenal game, always phenomenal time. You're
Hell,
in for a great time, no matter what, no matter what. But yes, expect to win.
yeah,
Expect to win. Yeah.
definitely. It doesn't matter.
Mm.
And playoffs are coming. Speaking of that, I mean playoffs. I can't wait. I really am
Mm.
excited. I really do hope that it doesn't happen the same way last year.
Mm.
But I do feel that they should change how they do things on the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They should at least have 3 series. What do
Mm.
you? I mean, I don't know. I don't
Mm.
know. Me. Just my opinion.
With the play-in tournament and whatnot.
Yeah, not a
Yeah.
win. Like you know what I mean. Sudden death kind of
Yeah.
tournament.
Yeah. Yeah.
But bueno,
Mm.
basketball like it could be different things. That's why I think at least three game series
Mm.
would be really good.
Well, we're almost halfway through the season because the All Star game's right around the corner, and once they're on the All Star, it's already halfway towards the end of the season.
Oh
So we're
man,
already there, man.
yeah, I know that's
Already
what I was about
there.
to say, man. Time flies.
Oh, definitely. And then so it's like I said, so much sports, so much good time, and not enough time to watch them. Definitely, I wish I can give myself a screen that I can watch all three games.
And you get
All three games.
like 6 TVs all over the wall, like
All over the
fit all
wall.
the
Yeah,
TVs.
yeah. Like an in-game within an in-game kind of thing.
Yeah, seriously, man, because you can't watch them all, man, and you
Mhm.
want to watch them all.
Mhm. But hopefully the Mavericks do indeed pick up steam again as they were, because
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm very very any Dallas Maverick fan more than likely feels the same way. I'm pretty sure is that I think that hope is sailed because of the fact that it's the second time he comes back and he got injured. I think he looks like he's not ready to come back fully healthy,
uh-huh.
and Luca comes back
And
and he's already
he's forcing
he's-
himself.
yeah.
That's when coaching needs to be like, you know what?
And you see
Yeah.
that's I agree with you
Yeah.
100% in there. As a player, I don't know, but you might want to go in there, and Luca might. I mean, if I was him,
Mhm.
I can imagine how he's feeling and seeing his team
Mhm.
struggle and everything. And but you're right. The coach should have put a stop to that and say, "Hey, I'd rather have you go back healthy and
Yeah.
everything." Because I'm gonna be honest with you. When he's gonna come back, and if he does come back, another injury, like it's already happened. Like you said, like I said, two times
Two
already.
times.
It's
Same injury. Same injury.
this one was, they said it was a calf,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's maybe the calf struggling to keep or put more strength for the ankle for the for the other injury.
Yeah.
I believe it was this an ankle injury. But no, it wasn't a knee. But nonetheless, I think it's just one of the same because he's trying to or put more power, more strength, more step on another part of his leg.
Yeah.
That of course he messed it up.
Yeah. Well, hopefully something changes soon and something picks up steam, because these are not the Mavericks that we all know and love, honestly.
Well, that's the problem. Without Luca,
Mhm.
that's why I said without Luca, it doesn't look like the same team, the same average team.
Mhm.
Even with, and I am surprised, even without the players that they have or the player that they did get this year.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Let
Yeah.
alone, but hopefully they stay closer. They cut it off at least by 3 games, like they were.
Yeah.
They cut the deficit by half at least, and Luca does come back and gets a chance to go ahead and pick up that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pick up that slack.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll see hopefully if that happens or if they get a chance to go ahead and do that. But nonetheless, Houston Astros second place, doing good. So, we'll see how far they go.
Yeah, hopefully yes, indeed. And
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing some Texas playoff showdowns.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be a good game. Hopefully, I would love to see Dallas and Houston in the playoffs against each other.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know if that would
definitely.
happen. But well,
Yeah. Well, off into the gridiron, my brother.
yep.
Oh.
Football.
Football.
Disappointing on both ends.
a sad jump to another
It's
sport.
such, yeah.
And as I said in our sports bite, the final coffin nail, boom, the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. Houston hates you. Not joking.
I think everybody hates Mahomes. I think every team hates
But oh
Mahomes.
yeah, of course,
I
bro.
think
But the
everybody
finals, yeah, he
does.
pretty much sealed the deal and ended our Super Bowl run
Well, I mean,
because it was 14-23.
it's the Chiefs, and what can I say? I mean, a lot of people, whether it's true or not, a lot of people, the refs, the calls and everything. Nonetheless, they're still alive. Unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
Houston's out. They played good. They did really good, and they played a well game. I know there was quite a bit of interceptions, though. That's,
Mm.
I mean, I don't know what went on, and like
Yeah,
I said.
there was there was no like turnovers or anything like that. The Texans honestly performed a lot better than they did the first time around
Mhm.
when facing this team.
Well,
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah,
I mean,
and that says a lot. That said that, and I knew going into this game it was probably gonna be like that. It was probably gonna be
mhm.
somewhat of a close game, but you know, it could have been better. Could have been better. I feel that we still need a couple more, you know, a couple more, heavy hitters in the offensive line. But from what I ended up learning this offseason, they already made two firings. Actually, they fired Bobby Slowick, the offensive line coordinator of the
Really?
yeah, and it's understandable because the way the line was handled throughout this whole season, not letting CJ breathe at all. You know,
Yeah. Well, I mean, did they need to work
you
with?
seen
We both said that that
yeah,
was their
that
weakness.
was the one
Yeah,
weakness. It was really weak.
I agree.
And also the other offensive, like I said, assistant coach, Chris Strouser. They fired them both, and according to Demarco Ryans, he said he's gonna find two guys that are the right fit for this team for this offensive line because he knows the capabilities that CJ and
Well, we
Joe
go
Mixon
back
and
to the
everybody else
same
is at.
thing though. We go back to the same thing that we'll go ahead and come with that I see with Dallas a little bit is that was it the coach's fault that you saw though, or the players that were there? I mean, I can see where it's one and the same, but I mean, has this been a long issue with the Texans? I mean, I can't really confirm that it's been a long issue with the Texans. So I don't know how long the coaches have that the offensive line coach has been there. But if this was his first year, and I mean,
No, it wasn't Slowick's first year. It's his second year.
second year,
Yeah.
okay. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, last year I didn't really see that it was a big issue. I don't know as for much as this year that I saw it, but then again, it was his first year.
Mm,
What's his name's first year? Stroud's first year.
yeah.
Last year. Um, well, I mean, for whatever reason, I do believe that changes needed to be made. But I guess the question I go is the players versus coaching. You know
Well,
what I mean?
honestly, from what I can say, from what I've seen, the first season where CJ was rookie,
Mm-hmm.
and this season and all that, there wasn't much of a big adjustment or big changes
Mm-hmm.
done to it. So I'm thinking other defensive teams figured that out, and because of that, started breaking through a lot more easier.
So you don't think? So you would use the same offensive line, just with the coach that they're bringing? You wouldn't change the
No, no,
line.
no. I would change the line. I would change the line.
You see,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
I would
I would
I
change the
would
line.
change the line.
I would change the
I
line.
would change the
I would change the
line,
line definitely.
and I would like to see what this coach can do with this line
Mm-hmm.
first before getting someone else. Especially since he's already been there for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on, I mean, if there's other reasons, I can see that. But you see, I'm the kind of person that would want to see first if it's the player.
Mm-hmm.
Me would think, and I would change the line.
I,
I would
would no,
change
no,
the
I'll change
line.
both. But I can honestly say that this one reason why I feel that this season it didn't let CJ Stroud shine or show because I remember you had said too, like this is the
Second
year.
year
Yeah,
is
the
the
second
one that
determines.
what he
Yeah, yeah.
does and what
And
he
I
yeah.
felt because of that, that problem, it
Hmm.
didn't really give him enough time to shine the way
Hmm.
I would have liked
Well, it
it.
was a problem,
Yeah,
but I mean, he did have big weapons on the receiving.
yeah. And you know what though? This one thing, like I said, one takeaway I can get from this Chiefs game is that he sort of did shine a lot better. It
Hmm.
was a little bit better, yeah. There were certain, like I said, certain teams that we should have beaten that we didn't beat. You know,
Hmm.
the Jets being one, but
That one caught me by off
oh yeah,
guard. That
yeah,
one
yeah.
caught me off guard.
No, the Vikings one's the one that caught me off guard. The blowout so bad that we had.
Well, that one didn't really. I mean, I don't know. I like what I mean is like the ones that you should have won, I guess,
Yeah,
because the
yeah.
ones that should. I mean, you know what? I guess that one I did see the Vikings a little bit more on the. It was gonna be that it was gonna be a pretty hard game for
Pretty much
Greek
on
Texans.
stat on paper, we were like in that caliber, in that
Uh,
sense. Like we were like, okay, it'll be a good game.
yeah.
But for some reason, after that game, it was just It was just the Texans. I don't know what happened. That the something flipped,
Mm-hmm.
and it started. And you start seeing the struggles. You start seeing the injuries pop up more and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the games with Green Bay, and then with the Jets as well too. And then that one loss that shouldn't have happened against the Titans. So,
That one, oh yeah, the
exactly.
Jets Titans. I guess that was the biggest surprise. I mean, the Jets. I'll still give them, like I said, because when you got a quarterback that's good, even though at his age, Aaron Rodgers, say whatever, you can make things happen. You can make things happen.
Hmm.
So I mean, him, being that much of a close game, still I'll give it. I mean, it's not much of a heartbreak, but the Titans was a bigger surprise than that one.
Yeah, that was
Than that one.
that was a very like
Hmm.
painful one.
Yeah, and I mean,
Mm-hmm.
nonetheless, I mean, it was a very close game, 14-23.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, they played well. They
Yeah.
did play well.
They did play well. As I said, they
Overall, they
played
did
well.
play well.
Not like not well enough that they did in advance, but but well enough that pretty much it was a when it came to total yards, we had them beat. When it came to
Hmm.
possession of the ball, we had them beat. First downs, we had them beat, and third downs, that's where we shined a lot of times. Third downs, and that's what we did. Although red zone, they had us beat by one. Turnovers, hey, none of us turnover. There was no Bakers here. There was no Dax.
There's no
There was no
Dax.
Dax turnovers here. That's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we ended with
I think that the biggest hurt was the sacks.
mm,
Where the sacks, like how many sacks did he have? How many sacks did they get on him? I think it was three.
yeah, they got him like three
Three
sacks.
times.
Yeah,
I
three
think
times. Yeah,
yeah. It would
and one of them hip drop tackles like almost took out
oh,
CJ.
I saw that one.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw that
And
one.
I want to say something. What's maybe it's because the Chiefs are red hot, but I feel there's some calls that weren't called correctly
You
during
know
that
what?
game.
In the playoffs right now, I've seen like I don't know
Mhm.
how many hip drop tackles that have not
Not
been
been
called.
called exactly.
I
Yeah.
don't know how many like a lot of them again with the Commanders too.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a lot of them, and even over the weekend, actually, there was one that I it was I think it happened to the Eagles. Commanders again with
Mm-hmm.
against the Eagles did it, and the Eagles didn't complain or anything because it was a festive kind of run.
Yeah.
I think it was a run. It was a festive run, long run,
Mm-hmm.
so they didn't really care about it or complain about it.
Yeah.
But it was a hip drop tackle
It was
too,
hip drop tackle. Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, they was like, whoa, where's that call? I've seen I think I'm seeing that a lot in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
That a
Mm-hmm.
lot of hip drop tackles are not
Not being
being called,
called. Definitely. Yeah.
and I don't know. I mean, then we go back to the same thing. Is this football or not? I don't know which one. It's like
It's
okay,
one.
what
Yeah.
what do we want?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I agree with that not to be allowed. I think that should be a penalty because I don't know. I've seen so many players get hurt
Hurt high
with
ankle sprains.
yeah.
High ankle sprains.
But I mean, I don't know. You go against the people that say, "Oh, this is football" or not. I personally agree with that. There should be a penalty.
Yeah.
Maybe the refs are just letting it play. Maybe they are.
Yeah. Definitely.
But I've seen a lot of them not being called,
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. When it comes to that too.
and not. I say not protecting the players.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what, at the end of the day, if it happens to your player, you're gonna get mad. If it
Yeah,
happens to your team, it's gonna be bad. But to make it fair, that's why it should be black and white. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
definitely.
It
Hmm.
should be a little bit more black and white.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. I agree with that.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's the way. This off season, they're already making moves. I hope they resign Stefan Diggs again.
They,
Because
they need
they
to.
need to, like,
They need
because
to.
honestly, like the way it's a solid team, all healthy, all the kills that they had lined up
Hmm.
is all like. They want to know how many times they played throughout this whole season
Hmm.
together as a healthy team?
Hmm.
Twice, maybe three. I need to check, but what I do know of two times that they played as a solid team.
Well, I mean,
Everyone healthy.
everyone healthy. Who would you? Who would was important for you as a healthy to be everybody?
Diggs, Dell, those were two healthy guys. Hopefully Dell comes back. I don't know because that injury that he got
Hmm.
really shattered his
That I'm
knees.
not gonna lie. That's
Yeah,
why I said I
yeah,
hope he does come back,
yeah.
and
Hopefully
he
he
hope
does
he
come back.
does.
Hopefully his career's not over.
To me,
Yeah,
that's still, and
yeah.
I know maybe we disagree on that. That to me was all coach.
Mm,
That he shouldn't have been on that field.
mm.
They shouldn't have been on that field.
Because it's just
And do you think you would have made a difference here in Kansas? You think you would have been a big difference
oh yeah,
maker?
definitely, yeah.
You know, and
But it goes
that's
back to saying that we had discussion before when it comes to knees and ligaments and the whole sense of one
oh
leg stronger than the other.
yeah
I guess it's just one case that this leg was the weaker one and just hit him at the right exact angle that exploded his knee. But like,
yeah,
yeah,
but that was a bad hit
that was a
though.
bad hit
That
though.
was a bad
I
hit.
saw that was a bad
I
hit.
mean, it was a bad
Yeah.
hit. I mean,
Uh,
maybe it was a
uh,
weaker, but he just didn't help
it
it.
didn't
But that
help. It
hit did
didn't. No,
not
no, no.
help.
Although
That
he
hit
didn't
did
drop the
not help.
ball though. He didn't drop the ball.
Well, kudos, but I
Kudos. Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
still it's
Just no, I'm
disappointing.
just saying it shows the heart of what kind of
Disappointing.
heart. No, it shows the heart of the player. But yeah.
And that's and we go back to the same thing. Is like that's why it's important to focus. You already had the season one.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
He would have been, I think, a big difference maker having another weapon. Because who was the receivers available?
I do like Nico
I
Collins.
mean, Nico
Yeah,
Collins
yeah,
is. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, you really don't need much
yeah,
else.
yeah.
But having Nico Collins and Dell would have made a
There's a
big
big
difference.
difference. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure, having Nico Collins there, they would have kept a more bigger eye on him. I
yeah,
mean, he had 5 receptions, 8 targets, 81 yards.
yeah,
That's really good, but I think he could have had more.
yeah. He would have had more.
I
He
think
would have
with
had more.
Tank Dell,
Yeah.
it's not Tank Dell doing the difference making. It's him allowing
Allowing, yeah,
for other players.
creating the opportunities. Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
That would have made the big difference.
Difference.
Just his presence
Yeah,
there.
yeah. And the same thing when it came to field goal kicking, the wind was against us.
Well, I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't the
It's just
time right now. It's
it,
not the best.
it's just the odds really like really did not go in our favor for them. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly though, when it came to passing yards, Stroud shown, rushing yards Mixon, and when it came to scrimmage touchdown, Mixon again. I think the only record yards they had was Kelsey with the Chiefs. Other than that, we pretty much we dominated when it came to stats.
Well, I think because Chiefs
And
have
we still,
they would change back to back
yeah,
with the running backs.
yeah.
Because yeah, I have here Kareem. He only did like 8 carries for like 44 yards,
yeah,
and I doubt they only carried. He only had 8 runs like all overall the whole game.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure they had one. Um, but no, Mixon did have 88 yards.
Mm-hmm.
He averaged 4. I mean, that's for. I mean, he had 18 carries, which is about 20 some is around good. Yeah, and could complete difference. The only I think the biggest thing, and not even that, because Patrick Mahomes also is not known for his consistency. Also
No,
on
he's not.
targets,
He's not.
it's 16. He completed 16 out of 25.
Mm-hmm.
Stroud completed 19 out of 28.
19. Yep.
So you know what I mean. And he had 245 yards.
Yeah.
Here. I mean, either way, I mean, he did out throw him. I guess the sacks really just got pushed him back
No, that's what I
more.
mean. Like
Yeah.
we beat them when it came to gaining yards, but for some reason we still lost. And even at that, it was just you know the couple of field goals that we missed,
Didn't help.
they didn't help. It was like what by a touchdown and a field goal, you would have
But you see,
We would have
if
beat
the
them.
winds were like that strong, or you saw the first one, I mean, I don't know. As a kicker, I think he should have, or as a, maybe the coach too, as a maybe as the coach for the kicker special teams, you know, instead of kicking it, might as well go for it if you knew that it wasn't gonna go ahead and
Mm-hmm.
go your way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
In that case, like maybe the on the at least on the third, maybe not the second, but maybe the third.
third. Yeah, yeah,
If your wins are picking up that much, just might as well just go for it and
yeah.
let CJ Stroud go ahead and do his thing,
Mm.
man.
Oh, a little insult to injury, like the whole the safety.
Oh
The safety.
yeah.
Yeah, but hey, here's to next season, and I feel this team's gonna be a lot more solid, and I think we might even go further.
Well, I'm what I want to see from Texas is what I really want to see is to keep them players,
Uh
keep
huh.
all
All
the
of them.
players,
Yeah.
keep the ones that
It's like
yeah,
it's like I said, they only played twice. Like
yeah,
re-sign them again. Make sure they stay
yeah.
healthy.
The
Like
problem is money.
money,
Now it's gonna be money,
money.
and that's what I was saying before.
I feel they got the money.
Well,
I feel they got the
I
money.
hope they do because unfortunately Diggs is gonna want a bigger pay.
Hmm.
Tank Dell becomes back, he's gonna want a bigger pay, but you can reason with him since his injury. But more than likely, if they let him go, somebody's gonna pick him up.
Oh yeah,
Somebody's gonna pick him up. And Collins
the
definitely is
league.
gonna want more
Uh huh.
money. Mixon's gonna want more money.
Hmm. I
I
know Nixon
mean,
wants to stay in Houston. That's for sure.
well, if he does,
Yeah.
but I mean, I don't know what it's gonna be. What's more important to him,
Him
staying
staying
there
there
or
or
money?
money.
Because he's definitely gonna if they offer him or if they don't offer him what he wants, he can get it somewhere else. He's definitely gonna.
Leave.
Other teams are gonna want to poach him out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But there's still off season to go. Season ain't even
Yeah.
over yet, although because they still like it's a Super Bowl still going on. Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
that's just
yeah,
the bad. Oh my god,
yeah,
here we go again.
yeah.
I'm sorry, but you know
We'll
who's
be
gonna
watching
win
spring
there.
training actually, which occurs in 12 more days.
Sure.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll be watching some actual spring training while that's going on. Yeah.
I mean, playoffs done. Considering going into next year, like we did with the Texans right now,
Yeah,
I think the biggest thing for Texans is keeping their players,
yeah.
getting a better line,
Mhm.
and keeping
Keeping the
their players.
players
Maybe work a little
and
bit
and signing better offensive coordinators.
on the defense.
Yeah.
I would like though. Why do you say it's a good thing that they fired them? Like, what did you feel that the coach was missing?
Not much adjusting to making the team better in the offensive line, which was needed a lot, definitely this season, definitely. And you didn't see that much of a difference from how they were this season to last season, and you could see it because of the way they would break through the offensive line to sack CJ.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're saying the players, you know what I mean.
Mm,
That's why I'm saying the players. Then that's not on the coach.
mm,
I would not blame it on the coach.
mm.
That would be just I mean, there's so much offensive linemen can go ahead and do.
Oh yeah, no, no, but
Offensive coach. I'm
but the
sorry,
same,
coaching.
but the same at the same time, try to correct. Okay, let's see what went wrong this past season, and what adjustments can we make
Okay.
to make this team like to make
Oh,
these guys a lot better.
all right. Okay, I get what you.
Yeah,
Okay, so
because
what
one they're already seasoned together already once. Oh, how can we make them?
what corrections would you have made in the offensive line?
Oh, the offensive line just I guess sign better players, more
Oh,
resistance. Yeah,
but no, you couldn't at this. Well, you I did couldn't. I don't think they couldn't
yeah.
anymore.
Mhm.
They already had. But with the players you got, what corrections would you have made?
Hmm. I guess pretty much when it came, I know not keeping CJ enough in the pocket, as they would say.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had no time to look for anyone that was open because they would easily just break through to sack him.
Well, I mean, I guess I guess what you're trying to say is maybe add a tight end and take away that tight end position like Schultz and just add another blocker, maybe
Possibly
to the
yes,
line,
yes,
maybe
yes.
maybe
Well,
as
you
a
know what? Yeah,
coach.
honestly,
You know what
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean?
no, yes, no, yes. I would say yeah, tight end. Yes, as much as nostalgic that I felt when it came to Schultz, I would feel that yeah, yeah.
I even forgot he was over there too.
Yeah,
To be honest.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like
uh,
Schultz didn't really.
so I mean, you know,
He didn't really shine a
use
lot
him
this season either.
use him as a blocker. Then in that
In
case, I
case,
guess
yeah,
that's
yeah,
one thing that the offensive coordinator could have offensive line. I guess he could have done. I guess
yeah.
that other than that, I really don't see. I
At practice,
any
not committing so much penalties. That's another thing too.
Well, the penalties, I'll give you that.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. I guess there wasn't enough discipline there. There, the
yeah.
penalties I'll give you. But
We were
well,
like what fourth in most penalties
it
last
was,
year.
but was it just one guy? Wasn't it just one guy
No,
that
there was
was
one
giving
Larmy Tunzel. Yeah, there was one guy. Yeah, but
that was getting you all the
no,
penalties?
but it was others. It was like all like
So it
offense.
was like more like the it wasn't just Tunsil that was giving you penalties. It was
No, no, he
other.
was the one that although he almost took the throne. He almost took
I
the
know you
goal
were
there.
complaining about him a lot, so I
I
know.
could play bottom the whole season. Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Well, okay. Well, I mean, either way, I'm very eager to see what they go ahead and do because yeah, the line I would say that they need to get an offensive line,
yeah.
a new set of players.
Mm.
Defense maybe work a little bit on there. Who would you agree with the defense though?
No, the defense was solid.
You think that
Yeah,
you would love to keep the defense the way it
yeah,
is?
the way it is. Yeah.
No, no linebackers, corners, everybody,
No,
safety, everybody
everybody.
was
The
good.
thing was like a lot of injuries happened, which
Hmm.
affected us. Yes.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I would probably work on. I would say my opinion on the linebackers,
Mm.
on your linebackers to keep the run because I felt like you had a lot of issues with the run.
Mm.
I felt
Well, you know what? Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that too. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess with some linebackers.
But an offense, honestly, I would. Other than that, the skill players, everybody, they need to keep them. They
Hmm.
need to keep everybody.
Yeah, yeah. The weapons and the quarterback. Yes.
Yeah, they need to keep them. Other than that, yeah, I think that if they can go ahead and keep Mixon, Dell, if they can,
Mm.
Collins, Diggs, um, and also Stroud.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is gonna be his third year,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be his last year.
Mm.
Are they gonna fit him into what's it called, a contract this year? Because also this is his third year, and I'm
Yeah.
sure they're gonna go ahead and use his third year for
Oh yeah. No,
what's it called, instead
I
of the 2 years for being, well, I forgot what, because when they're rookies,
yeah,
when they
the
get
rookie
them,
contract.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
rookie contract.
contract. Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Mm. No, I feel they probably would because like despite as rough as it was this season, he did his best.
Hmm.
At times he got to a point too where he even had to run the
Yeah,
ball because like the line wouldn't like help him out at all. He would have to run it,
correct.
and so it's he's doing his best, and I've seen that he's doing his best. But for him to shine this season, he didn't really shine, and that wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
Once again, it goes up to the line that's supposed to be protecting him.
Hmm.
Luckily, he wasn't taken out by a concussion or anything at all. The only time that he was taken out was a game before the playoffs when he had that one drive, and then that's it.
That's it. Well, that's true. I mean, that's what we said. Protect the quarterback. So no, I'm pretty sure they're gonna go ahead and sign Stroud back.
No,
But my question is, how much are they gonna pay him?
yeah, but that remains to
Because
be seen.
if you're gonna want to keep him, that's gonna be a big bag, a
Mm.
big bag of money, and I'm
Mm.
pretty sure it's gonna surpass even Dax, or it should. It should, because if Dak can get paid that much, and then that opens up the the category for anybody to get paid the
He's
way.
Juan Sotoing it.
Everybody's gonna get paid more now.
That guy
Like,
started a
it's gonna
ripple
be
effect in all sports.
one that he should not have. He should not be have been the one to cause it.
Yeah, I know.
But going into the Cowboys now,
Mm.
let's talk about the everything, the whole
The big old matzo ball that's been
what was his name? Schottenheimer.
Schottheimer.
Schottheimer.
Schottenheimer.
Schottenheimer. I think it was Schottenheimer.
Shot A.
Ottenbucker. Written Ottenbucker.
That popcorn.
Okay, Schottenheimer. Well, I do not, going back to again the coaching thing. I don't think it makes a big difference on who would have taken up the place of the Dallas Cowboys as a head coach,
Mhm.
because the problem is still Dak to
Mm.
me. Now,
Mm.
I feel McCarthy wasn't let go. He left. McCarthy left because he knew what was being there,
Mm.
and he knew that this coming season, even with McCarthy there, would have been close to a season like this one,
Yeah.
if it's even better, if it's even a slight bit better,
Yeah.
it was still gonna be a season again because you got the guy with the same problem. You still have the problem there. That, to me, my
Mm.
opinion. Again, this is all my opinion. I mean, you can choose to go ahead and spit like say otherwise. I mean, I don't know. I would like to see what you have to say. Anybody that's following us,
Uh-huh.
on your opinion. But I do feel that the mistake that was made choosing him as a head coach, moving him up, is that bringing in a higher profile coach is something that I think the team needed. The Dallas Cowboys fan needed more than anything to get the morale going.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
think everybody wanted a high profile coaching, and I think it would have been good for the morale, for the fans to believe, to go ahead and think.
Yeah.
Because again, to me, I don't think it would have made a much of a difference, because I think that is still the problem. Because we don't all know how good Schottenheimer is.
Brian. Brian. Yeah.
Brian,
Yeah.
Brian. Let's call him Brian. Nah, let's go.
Yeah.
For God's sakes, let's call him Brian.
B dog.
Let's call him for his first name, Coach Brian,
Coach Brian.
head coach Brian for the Cowboys. We don't know how good he's gonna do and how good he is, or I don't feel that I can go ahead and grade him based off of even this year how good he does, because I believe the problem is still there. Like, one thing that Jerry did say in the conference that he did have, and that made a good point, is that he has 25 to 26, 25 26 years with
Yeah.
the Cowboys, with all these different coaches, and he comes with a lot of experience, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of different coaching, different methods, different guys, different things. And he did say, of course he's bound to say it, I mean, whether it's true or not, we don't know, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I guess on his playing methods, at least on how he coaches the offensive, what he does
Yes.
offensively, is that he had difference of opinions with different coaches,
Coaches.
but he bit his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm eager to see that, because we're eager to see changes, difference, because without changes, you can't see a different outcome. You're expecting the same thing with a different outcome, and it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So maybe him creating different plays, different ways of coaching, different ways of doing this, maybe he can get Dak to win more games than he would have,
Yeah.
or not. Because that's the bottom line difference on that.
From what I read, like this hire was one reason to appease Dak Prescott because from what I read, Dak wasn't like ready to see a whole new different type of offensive line change up. I guess since him and Mike McCarthy were,
And you see,
yeah.
that's the problem. We already know with all stars, you cannot win a Lombardi trophy.
Mm,
You cannot even win a playoff game. You, we're listening to you to keep everything the same. Again, it's like you would call him a masochist, if anything,
yeah,
because you're doing the same thing and you're expecting a different outcome.
yeah,
I mean, what I mean, there you go. I mean, I don't know. That speaks a little bit louder.
mm,
If hopefully that's not true, I would hope.
mm,
But if it is, that they did it based off on him, I would be even more disappointed on his decision to go ahead and get Coach Brian as a head coach.
oh yeah, no. I know Mike Zimmer, the defensive coordinator.
Hmm.
Excuse me. He said he was not going to return after this whole hiring.
Whether that's true or not, again, everybody's jumping ship because they know that that's the problem, because he has a full defense that's ready to go and
Yeah,
pretty good. But to be honest, Zimmer, I'm disappointed in him. So I really wouldn't be too disappointed on seeing him leave, considering I expected a whole lot
yeah,
more from him, especially from what Dan Quinn left. And although I said what I said on the playoff that it was Dan Quinn's fault, at least partially because his defense of what he did. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. From what he did, I do believe that Dan Quinn did coach better than even Zimmer did. And Zimmer, considering everything he came back with, his experience and everything, and coming in with the team that he did, nonetheless a defensive team that the Cowboys had, I'm very disappointed in what he did with it. So
Yeah,
I would hate him to leave more because there's too many changes happening.
yeah,
Like change is good, yeah, I agree, but too many leave it almost unable to detect what's going to happen or unable to see where we're at, and that's already too many different things going, a different way.
yeah.
So although I I wouldn't mind him leaving,
Mhm,
that's too many changes.
mhm.
Whether he does or not, I would be interested to see on everything and all the changes what they make. One of the changes I believe was a Bears coach.
Yeah, the former Bears, Matt Eberflus, is going to be the new defensive
Although that doesn't
coordinator.
excite me too much, I know we've talked about it, we've said it before.
Yeah,
One of the things that the Bears always are consistently good at is the defense.
defense. Yeah,
So, I mean, that alone intrigues me. And I mean, I got to see what happens. We got to see what
maybe he's
happens.
better as a defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
That remains to be seen. But as a head coach, Matt Eberflus, ugh. I'm just glad they didn't go the route to make him the head coach because
Oh, well,
yeah,
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't have. Yeah, I did expect.
mm.
I did not expect that.
No, I did not
I did
expect
not
that either. No,
expect it.
that was a curveball way out there.
That was big curveball, and it kind of does look like Jerry Jones just wants to have complete control over this team.
Mm.
It does look that way.
Yeah.
Um, but on the other hand, like I said,
Mm.
I think I would be more hurt hearing this news and seeing that they would finally get rid of Dak and they're going ahead and putting somebody else new as quarterback.
Yeah.
Then I think I would be more disappointed in the coaching changes and all that. Maybe I would be a little bit more disappointed because I'll be like, oh man, really, you chose this coach, this like instead of a high profile coach when you finally got the ball rolling and got
Yeah.
somebody else. I'm not really that disappointed.
Mm.
To be honest, I'm really just interested to see how this year goes. I don't expect much from the Cowboys to begin with McCarthy or with or with Brian.
Mm.
To be honestly, I said it already that this coming year is going to be another pile of garbage.
It's gonna be a rough.
Yeah,
It's
it's
gonna be
gonna
a
be another
rough.
pile of garbage because you know what, Dak's still there, and even to get to the playoffs, what do we have to do? Oh, we have to pay top receivers, top players. We need to pay and almost go bankrupt. And then what to not even win the playoff game?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Even with all these weapons that he had, you know, he still gets us that far. I'm sorry,
Mm.
I'm not too excited until they get rid of Dak. That's when I probably will get excited.
Oh, was that? No, I have to agree with you on that to a point that you know honestly I think the bigger problem is not just Dak, it's Jerry Jones. That
Oh,
he's uh he's wanting to be involved too, which is understandable. You
mhm.
put your money into your product,
Yeah,
you want to know the ins and outs of what's going on. But at the same time, this is why you hire staff to people that you're confident enough that can bring you something good. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Kind of like how Dana Brown, he's not the one in charge.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, no, no.
I mean, like,
And I agree. I agree with you. I 100%. Jerry Jones is the problem. Well,
a
Jerry
problem
Jones
is
is
the
the
problem.
one who wants
Wants,
that there
yeah,
still.
yeah,
To be
yeah.
quite
He's
honest
the
with
one
you,
who still wants him there.
I mean, if it's true that
I
he
don't, I don't, I don't
appeased,
know, I don't know what he sees.
yeah, I don't know.
I,
I don't either.
how many
I
years
really
has it
don't.
been already? Like
7.
seven? No, the longest I think right now we like the Cowboys. They've broken the record. We're the one team with
Oh,
the
30.
longest
Oh, 30. No, but that should be San
the drought.
Francisco. I think the appearances,
Yeah.
because without a Super Bowl, no, we haven't. That there's San Francisco too,
Mm.
but I guess appearance
Yeah,
wise.
yeah.
And to be honest, me, I don't give too much in appearances because you either win it or you don't,
No,
and that's what matters. You
yeah.
either win or you
You
don't.
don't.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. All these teams that made it this far, there's no difference in in the other team that coming back next year.
Yeah.
The only difference is the team that wins that Lombardi Trophy the year before coming in the
Mm,
following year.
mm,
That's the only difference.
yeah.
So honestly, that's why it doesn't matter. It's like a clean slate again.
Mm,
The
mm.
only thing that stays marked there is who won Super Bowl that
And
previous year.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And honestly, that's why that's what you got to keep in mind. This is a clean slate, and they completely want to do a clean slate, and I believe they're not doing it the right way. I don't think this is much of a problem. Oh, sorry, suffering succotash. I don't think Coach
Mm,
Brian is much of a that is a big of a problem as it is. I just think that the situation that it is right now,
mm.
the situation right now, the morale that we needed is not gonna be there starting from the starting point before the season
Yeah.
because we did not get a high profile
Mm,
coach.
mm.
And I think that hurts. That does
Yeah.
hurt.
It does hurt.
Morale, the momentum of everything. This is what football is all about.
Mm,
And some of the stuff that pushes you, things like that. Um, that's the disappointing part, I guess, about all this, and for fans too, because
yeah.
that would have picked up the fans' morale
Morale. Yeah.
also.
Oh yeah.
Getting
No,
a
I know.
high
I know.
profile coach.
Morale went way down after this hiring of this coach.
Oh, yeah.
Greatly
Well, I
down.
think I don't think that went way down. I think it just
Oh, it was.
it was just
It was.
like it
It
was
went.
like another top because morale was
Okay.
already
Well, now in
down.
that case, sorry. I guess another pile of dirt.
Yeah, you're just
They're
piling on. Yeah,
just piling
that's
on.
and you see that's the problem. You're just piling more
More
on.
on. Yeah.
I really did see a difference in Cowboys fans leaving this year, like as it is. Of course, true fans, like I said, they're stick whether they
They
win
win
or
or
lose,
lose. Yeah.
and I understand that. But I've never seen it like it was this year, where I saw a lot of fans did completely like, yeah,
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
had enough,
Enough. Yeah.
had enough, and I understand, and I completely I don't disagree with you being disappointed or being fed up. I'm fed up, but you know what I mean. It is what it is. You have to move on, look at the bright future,
Mhm.
and try to see. The problem where I have is that they continue to do the same mistakes, like the clean slate.
Yeah.
Here we go again, and you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
But you know what? New head coach, new defensive coordinator, new offensive coordinator, because who's gonna fill in
No,
those
yeah,
spots? You
yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So there's gonna be a big difference in the head in all the coaches department, but not where I want it. but,
Yeah.
but not where I want it. So I mean, hey, there's some light at the end of the tunnel. Let's see what these coaches can do. Let's see if they can go ahead and make
Yeah,
make so make lemonade out of lemons.
yeah, yeah.
Let's see what they can go ahead and do.
Make make lemons out of rocks. Make lemonade out of
I
rocks.
just yeah, make something out. Make lemonade out of coal. Let's see what they can go ahead and do. But I will say, yeah, get ready, because if you're still a Cowboys fan, you're still a fan holding on.
Yeah.
You know, I'm letting you know right now. Beware, it's gonna be another year. It's gonna be at least another year.
No, yeah, it's gonna be.
At least another year. But what I am another thing I want to make already a point is, because of course this is my opinion again, my opinion only. Well, not maybe not only, but my opinion that Dak's injury was all business. It was maybe was an injury, but not a big of an injury as a season-ending injury.
Hmm.
I think it was business motivated to keep him again and to stop I guess stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
I am intrigued to see
Hmm.
what they do this year with Dak
Mm.
if it continues to be the same thing. I'm really intrigued to see. I am excited this year because I said it. I was excited for this year because I knew he was gonna be. It was gonna be a pile of crap.
Oh
It
yeah.
was gonna be a. You think I saw that with no players,
A lot of
he
seen a
was gonna
lot of
be
seen it.
yeah. But just when they were starting to blame Dak, what happened? First they were attacking Jerry Jones,
Yeah.
then they were going for
You know
McCarthy,
the.
and they were barely getting to Dak, and he had an injury.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm saying it was to me business motivated.
Mm-hmm.
Now this year I'm intrigued what they're gonna do because I am excited because now I want to see who they're gonna blame now. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, they got a new coach. So guess who they're gonna try to probably blame?
The new
Coach
coach.
Brian.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's a new head coach. He's never been a head coach. He has experience, whatever. But everybody's gonna always try to avoid it. Maybe that's why Jerry Jones hired him to begin with too, and didn't want a high profile coach because if they got a high profile coach,
And they end
there
up
was no way
losing.
there would have been no
Yeah.
way to blame anybody else.
Yeah. They will. Yeah.
So I'm excited to see who they blame now with for Dax lack
All. Yeah.
of everything.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
So I am excited for that because changes should come after this year,
Mm-hmm.
unless he has another injury and
Yeah.
halfway the season that he starts winning only 3 out of 7 games
Yeah.
and he has another injury.
Yeah.
So, but I think people will catch on with that with the second one
Oh
doing
yeah. They
that.
will. They will.
Doing that again.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, hey, you know what? You got to look at the positives. Keep it. Keep. I mean, it's gonna be a roller coaster. It's gonna
Oh,
be a roller coaster. These next couple of 2-3 years, it's gonna be a roller coaster
emotion more than it already was.
emotionally.
Yeah. There's.
But hey,
The ride ain't over, folks. That's for sure.
we didn't get knocked off to the out of the playoffs, and this was our worst year until 3 games before the season ended. That was one of the longest, or we weren't the first or the last.
I find it surprising that like like we had said earlier, like we had said that oh no, they weren't even gonna. There's going to be no chances of them winning the game,
Well,
any game again.
I honestly didn't.
Yeah,
I honestly because
like
the Commanders had an
yeah.
easier schedule.
That's what I'm saying. That's the way. Like,
Yeah.
that's the way we were seeing it.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, we just started seeing the little engine that could. I'm like, wait, what?
Rush.
Rush? Like, what? Rush? Is that you, Rush? And of course, because like I guess the
And,
way it goes, they ended up getting knocked out of the playoffs.
and let me remind you,
Contend, yeah.
the
Although I honestly feel like they wouldn't advance at all. But
the what's it called? The game that brought the Cowboys 3 games before, and not two, maybe two could have happened. It happened on the third was because the Eagles played the Commanders.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the Commanders beat the Eagles that game. Well, I don't know. You could raise your suspicions on that. You can not. You can say whatever, but nonetheless, it was 3 games, and the game that took us out was the Commanders and the Eagles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean, we could have even gone a little bit further on that.
Yeah.
So hey, think of the bright stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We could have possibly made it,
Yeah.
and this was the worst year.
If you want to take anything positive,
yeah. I mean, hey, I'll take that, man. Even I said, like you even said it.
Yeah.
We're gonna be out completely, completely out. Hey, we were sticking there still to the end, man. We almost to the end.
It went further.
It went further. A lot further than I thought.
A lot, man. I was there with you too, man. I was there with you too.
Hey, if we are just a little bit better, we would have been in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind next season.
Yeah.
Save that in mind for next season.
So let's see how with this new coach, it's what Schottenheimer?
Let's just call him Brian.
Coach Brian. I'm determined to get his name right. Schottenheimer.
I say Schottenheimer.
Yeah,
Schottenheimer. Yeah. There you go, Schottenheimer.
Well, we'll have it correct by the next episode, folks.
Well, maybe we don't have to worry about it. It will be gone before we know it.
By the time we get it right, he'll probably be gone.
Maybe man, they should call Dak the coach killer, man. Look at how many coaches he killed. He already took off like I don't know how many. Like God, Jesus.
Oh, man.
And Scotty, you're next, or Shoddy, you're next.
Your next Shoddy. Oh man! But in another value sports news, boxing news.
Woo!
Two are our friends here of the show,
Yes,
Jose
yes.
Luis Infante Jr.
Jose Luis
and
Infante.
Tony the Tank Martinez are gonna have some bouts.
El Turk.
Yep, February 8th at the Payne Arena. So
Yep.
it's gonna in a
And
night.
and remember, what was he fighting for?
Oh yeah, the title, baby.
Not
Yeah.
just any
Oh
title.
the state title.
State
The
title,
Yeah.
man. He was, and you
Yes.
heard it first here.
Yeah, you heard it
He
first here.
actually got the
That's
news
true.
right
Yeah,
before. He was
yeah,
excited.
right before we started the show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
so
that show. If you want to go ahead and
yeah,
play it back.
and us, we will be there
Oh,
covering
definitely.
it all.
We're
With
not
another,
gonna miss that.
no,
Well, I
definitely,
miss Tech fighting
yeah,
for the
exactly.
state
Both,
title.
yeah, both. So we're looking forward to that. And guys, if you're looking for some great bouts and a great entertainment, and like for that night, February 8th, the Payne Arena, get ready for some boxing
Hey,
classics.
even last time, man.
Even last time, yeah.
Tank's fight was awesome, but
Mhm.
all on top of that,
Yeah.
we had like 8 knockouts, no?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
eight, six knockouts?
yeah.
Man.
Each forms, even Jose Luis Infante's fight was
Oh,
like, yeah,
shoot. It was
yeah.
like, man, his fight kept me like, wow. It was
Both,
awesome. It was
we were both on
dominating.
ages. We were on age of the seat
Yeah.
the whole night. Yeah,
Yeah, I can't wait to see him again.
definitely. But here at Tailgate, we'll definitely be there at the Paint Arena covering these bouts. So
Oh, yeah.
February 8th, Paint Arena, get ready for some boxing phenomenal action.
Oh,
Or in
yeah.
this case, I'd like to say, get ready for some chingazos, okay?
Time for some
So,
chingazos.
yeah. But now it's time for our favorite segment of the show. Ponte pilas, pilas, pilas. And this is mijo, mijo, mijo. Well, pretty much we cover that who's been doing great and who's been. Now, my brother, we have some good candidates for this week, but who should we chalk it down to?
I myself would say the Mavericks need to go ahead and keep it going.
In that
'Cause, I mean,
case,
yeah.
the ones that need ponete pilas is drum roll. The Dallas Mavericks, as of course we were saying earlier, because honestly, like this team is great. They have been doing phenomenal last season. I guess it's what could ever go wrong is going wrong for this team, despite like this injury. Something needs to change.
My thinking is, yeah, exactly like you said, something needs to change,
Mm.
and they need to stop depending on Luca.
Yeah,
They need to stop. They need to
Yeah.
stop.
Mm.
They need to find the chemistry. They need to go ahead and get their together
uh-huh.
and play ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They need to go ahead and keep this deficit is just growing and growing.
Mhm.
It went from 3 to 6 games.
Mhm.
That's double. They cannot let that happen.
Yeah,
They cannot
definitely.
do that. They cannot. If they want to be in the playoffs, they cannot.
Or if anything, if they need to let Luca rest until after the All Star game, let him rest. Let him rest.
But that's what I'm saying. The problem is without him they can't win. They can't win.
But that's
So
what.
that's what I'm
But
saying.
that's what they need to like.
And they do.
That's when they need to
They
work.
need to let him rest. But
Yeah.
if he rests, they lose.
But that's what I'm saying. Now that's where they need to shine the other players.
Man,
Yeah.
somebody needs to get their
Yeah,
either coach or players.
So
Man.
they need to unify better and not depend so much on Luca. Although yes, it's good to depend on Luca, but at the same time, come on, guys. There's more than just one person that's for the team.
Apparently
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. But
Jeez.
yes,
Yeah.
Dallas Mavericks, ponte pilas.
Man, they need to get somebody else, man, or
Mhm.
something, man. Maybe that'll add some chemistry.
Yeah,
But yep, Mavericks.
Yes, definitely. And for this week's SSVK award goes to
I think we know
the Houston Rockets. Rockets.
dominating the court. Also, it's staying on second place. I know it's 2nd
Mhm.
place, but hey,
Mhm.
they've been consistently doing it
Mhm.
and staying there. Hey, they've been bound. That makes them bound
Mhm.
for
The
playoffs.
Yes. Not only that, they also beat they swept the 2 games against the East Conference's best teams, which was the Cavaliers. Yeah. So what does that say about our team here in the West? Definitely.
That speaks good.
That speaks volumes. That speaks volumes.
Yeah.
And most of the players as well as saying RGV Vipers. Hey,
Oh no, the Vipers, of course.
Yeah.
Also, they're always Vipers. They're always doing good.
Vipers and Rockets always doing phenomenal. But yes, it's been a great season so far. Houston Rockets. Let's keep at it. We're almost at halfway through the season. Let's make it to the playoffs, and let's bring some championship NBA gold to the great city of Houston. Definitely.
Hey, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. Keep it
Mhm.
over here.
Oh yes, definitely. Well, my brother, that wraps up another awesome episode of Tailgate 956. Once again, I'm Rene Garza Jr.,
And I'm Freddy Guevara.
and we'll see you at the next tailgate. My man, let's go get some grub because I am hungry.
Oh yeah.
Already hungry.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We're hungry. Oh, man. Stop.